Okay, so we're back. You've had your pause, you've done that exercise, and we're going to work through that example that's given, which says in the textbook, we've got the textbook here, and the example I want to work through is this one here. Sixth term of an arithmetic sequence is -5. And the sum of the second and eighth terms is -2. Determine the first 3 terms in the sequence. So essentially the information we're given is that T6, our sixth term, is -5, and that the sum of the second and the eighth term is -2. So those are the 2 bits of information we're given about our sequence. And we're told that it's an arithmetic sequence or arithmetic progression. We need to work out the first 3 terms. So effectively we need to work out some sort of formula for Tn. Ideas. What can you do with, where's the starting point? Okay, so you might have gone down a different track that might be equally valid. And I'm going to read through what you've written, and I'm going to take us down a road that makes sense to me. But there's nothing to say that if you wrote something different, it wasn't a nice, valid way to do it. So, but pause and let me read what you wrote. So what I think is quite handy is to go, well, we know that Tn equals a plus n minus 1 d. So let's use that bit of information. It seems like one of the few bits of information we have, so let's use it. So T6 is a plus n minus 1, so 5d. Remember, 6, 5 jumps. And we know from this bit here, let's go for another cool color. What do you reckon? Yellow, good color? We know that T2, well, T2 is a plus n minus 1, so what's that? 2 minus 1, just 1, so a plus d. T8 is a plus 7d. So therefore, T2 plus T8, well, that we can say is a plus d plus a plus 7d. And we know that T2 plus T8 equals -2. That's what we were given. So that's -2. Let's just simplify that. A plus A is 2a. D plus 7d is 8d equals -2. Okay, we've got 2 equations. Here's our second equation. Here is our first equation. 2 equations. 2 things we don't know. It just screams simultaneous equations, doesn't it? Well, it screams simultaneous equations to me. So we can rearrange however you solve simultaneous equations. How are you feeling, confidence level, in solving that simultaneously? Okay, well, I'm feeling quite confident myself. So T6 is -5, so let's just put that bit in there. So we got -5, so maybe let's rearrange. So A equals subtract 5d, so -5 minus 5d. Okay, so that's the thing for A, so let's put that thing in over there. So we got 2 of -5 minus 5d plus 8d equals -2. Look at that, that one there. We've got one equation, then we've got one thing we don't know. So you can go ahead and solve. So you put the 2 in, this type of thing. You've done this a few times by now, right? -10, and we got -10d plus 8d equals -2. Okay, well, I don't know. After that, you've got a few ways to go. -2d equals -2. 2d equals -8. D looks like it equals -4. I don't know. Does that seem reasonable? And so how are we going to find out A now? Well, we can just sub it back in here to go, well, let's substitute it back in here. So we know that if D is -4, we're basically just going to make that one -4. So -5 minus 5, -4 equals Oh, well, it equals A. That's what we're trying to find, right? So minus 5 plus 20 equals A. What's that, 15? Is that what you get? I get 15. 15 equals A. So therefore, we haven't answered the question yet. 15, and then D is minus 4, so it must be going like this. 11 minus another 4, 7, and so it would go. Okay, so just rewinding what our strategy was here, and again, I must say I'm fascinated to see what you said your strategy might be, but to my mind, let's use bits of information and strategies we've got, and one thing we've got is we know that this formula always works for arithmetic progressions. Tn equals A plus n minus 1d. So let's use that, and once we had our two equations with two unknowns, it just screamed for a simultaneous. Looking good? Ready for that exercise? The exercise 2 question. Oh, there it is there. 1 and 7. That should keep you occupied. Have fun. Enjoy the weekend. Well, you going to enjoy the weekend? I'm too.